let's just take a little bit of time together to explore our class website. Once you get logged in and you get into Canvas, you'll have your dashboard, and showing up there should be your Geography 306 or Weather and Climate class. So let's go ahead and click in there. You might be wondering what the image is. It's actually of some beautiful clouds reflecting off the water out at Cosumnes River Preserve. All right, let's go into there. Very good. On the home page, we have a wonderful class description here in the welcome letter. If you're needing to get a hold of me, there's a lot of information that's here. So we can meet in person, we can meet in Zoom, we can meet anywhere else. And there's also details in the actual class syllabus that we'll look at in just a moment. But anyway, my office on campus is Science 114. My email address is posted there, so you can follow that. My phone number is there. It doesn't come to my personal phone, but it does go to a voice message that gets recorded into my email box. Office hours, I don't have any specific office hours posted here. More information's in the syllabus. Zoom, if we are going to be Zooming, then the link is there and we can meet through that. Down here at the bottom of this opening page, I do have other important class information. The first thing that you see is the class syllabus and then the semester's schedule. And then I also have like my rough notes. So let's take a look at these different guys. So if we go into the syllabus, it will open up in another tab, and it is actually a Google Doc that's there. Going in here, you can read all about the introduction to the course, and all sorts of wonderful things there. A lot of the same contact information is available for me here. There is a little bit of Crozier humor put into all of this, so you can take a look. Embedded, I think that's the word I was trying to say. Good. Now, this course is, the goal is to make it a zero textbook cost, which means ideally no additional costs for you to take the class, which is wonderful. The drawback is that you do need to have computer access. And so I go through and I say, hey, you got to have internet access. Here's why. Some people, I understand, need to use their phone for all of this. It's going to be a little bit more of a challenge, especially when we get to writing papers and stuff. Some things, yeah, a lot of the regular content and whatnot, you can just explore through your phone. Some assignments, all of the assignments are going to be turned in and done on a computer. And so it will be a lot more challenging for you if you don't have a computer with a keyboard. There are some labs on campus, but I go through and I talk a little bit about how we're going to be using the computer. So you guys can decide there. But anyway, a lot of the content is delivered through videos, and so you're going to need to access those videos and maybe some other online content. The study guides, we'll talk about those in just a bit, but I think they're pretty helpful, and we'll take a look at them in a minute. Okay. You'll be asked to download and access and submit materials through the Canvas website. You're going to be asked to participate in discussion boards through the website. You'll need to write several papers. For that, if you don't have Microsoft Word, which is just fine, then having Google Docs, which each Los Rios student gets an account to. I use Google Docs almost exclusively for writing out stuff. And then for one of the reports, you may need to access some weather data. So getting a hold of that. The content is all delivered through our learning management system, which is Canvas. And it's organized into 7 different modules. We're going to explore those modules in just a bit. But for each module, there will be an online open book quiz. When you take those quizzes, we'll talk a little bit more about them in a moment, but when you take them, feel free to have all of your notes out and have in the internet available to you, and have some time that you can dig in. And if you need to refresh and watch one of those videos again to get that information, then great, you can do that. Okay. You're encouraged to have your notes, study guides on hand, review any of the videos, text material that you need. I don't have large midterms or final exams. I just don't believe in them. So we can talk about that another time if you'd like, but that's just where I am. So your grade is going to be based on a few different things. 50% of your grade is based on those quizzes. Now, It's only one quiz per module. There are only 7 modules. Those quizzes don't even have that many questions on them. So make sure you get every answer correct. You are only given one attempt, so you'll want to make the best of that. Hey, we will have a few discussion posts, and that's really an opportunity to just kind of share our experiences or our perspectives with some of our fellow classmates. So you'll be asked to post your comment, and then you'll be given time because you'll be asked also to give some positive feedback to your classmates. Okay? And then I have reports here, and we can talk a little bit more about these as we look at the schedule and later on in the semester. Report sounds really scary, like it's the big 30-page midterm report or term paper, other things like that. Not necessarily so. Some might be longer, some might be shorter, but anyway, for all of these, you want to get them done on time as well. So the quizzes, I give you a nice little window of time to get those done. The discussion posts, you'll want to get those done on time. And the reports, because if you don't get them done on time, then you get a 0. And that's really, really sad. Also, plagiarism is an issue, and if I discover that any of your submissions were copied from other students, you'll receive a 0. Very, very, very sad to do that, and it makes you feel bad. It makes me feel bad, too. The student learning outcomes are there mainly because law says that we need to provide you with student learning outcomes, but you can read through those. Those are all the lovely things that we'll be learning. And then my love of the class and how I really hope that you'll love it. Let's go back to that home page, and you'll find the semester schedule. Okay, so these are available to you to access and to print, and if I make any changes to the syllabus, or especially to the schedule, I'll try to let everyone know, probably in an announcement. So this particular schedule is set up for my fall semester, and so we've got Introduction to the Atmosphere. Okay. The first week that got posted. So I'm going to be posting each one of these new modules on Monday morning by 8 a.m. That's kind of my deadline for getting that done. Okay. Then the first quiz, for over this first week, there are no assignments due, but for the first quiz, that's going to be happening in the second week. So on Monday, August 29th by 8 a.m., I will have Understanding the Atmosphere posted, and I'll probably send an announcement saying, hey, it's available for you to do. Then that same week, notice a quiz for Introduction to the Atmosphere is due. Now, that was the material that we did the previous week. So I really give you that week to work through this content, and then one more week to take that quiz. And that quiz will be due Friday, September 2nd by 11:59. And so we'll want to make sure that we have that all done. Now, if you have a class on Friday, or if you usually work Friday evenings, you may want to do this a little bit earlier. I will try to have that quiz posted as soon as I post the modules. So if you're really excited about it on that very first day, you can learn all the content and take the quiz and have it done and behind you. All right. Now, notice here that there are quizzes and discussion posts and a report that I need to decide what I'm going to have you do. And so they're just kind of intermingled through there. Some weeks we don't have any assignments. But anyway, that's kind of what we have. Here are the 7 modules, or kind of chunks of information that I have for this class. Introduction to the Atmosphere, Understanding the Atmosphere, Setting the Atmosphere into Motion, Atmospheric Humidity, Storms and Severe Weather, Optics in the Atmosphere, and then Climate. All right, let's jump back to here. If you really are interested in what I am doing as I organize all those modules, this guy is always going to be changing because I'm constantly updating and figuring out what I'm doing. But this week, for example, I'm working on putting material together for the second module. And so you'll notice that topic 2.1 will be origins of the atmosphere, and then there'll be little subjects for each one of those. So let's explore that a little bit more. And before we do that, I'm going to jump over, not in professor view, but over to student view. Right? So this is what it looks like for you when you go in there. And the next tab down is going to be the modules. This is going to be where you access most of the material. Right, so module 1 is there. It was posted the first day of class, what you'll learn in module 1. In this, I give like a really brief statement of, hey, these are cool things we're going to be learning about. But the other thing that you should, that you probably will find very valuable if you take advantage of it, is this study guide. All right, so in each one of these, what you'll learn in module, blah, 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 you'll have a study guide, blah, blah, blah. If you click on that, that's going to be a Google document again. And it really is just kind of a guide as you are watching those videos or reading through the content to make sure that you're understanding the different things that I'm hoping that you understand. Okay. What I did is as I was putting together these modules, and we'll take a look at those in just a moment. Here we go. So topic 1.1, right? So we're in module 1. Then we have a subtopic for that. And then we have these little sections. Okay, so what is geography? Now you'll notice on that study guide, topic 1.1, studying a state of social science, section 1.1.1, studying geography. So that stuff should be stuff that we find on what is geography. And so we're going to be going through, and there's different videos there. Sometimes they're videos that I create and I post. Other times there are better videos than what I could make. And so those are there. So I give a little introduction of what's in this section. I give some text or other resource links where you can read some material, or I have the videos that go through and do a lot of the instruction. Collecting and storing spatial data. Here we go again. Some textbook links that we have there, and then some videos. This one was weird. It wouldn't embed for me. I don't know. So I just have a little link to that, but that's going to be talking about those. Going back to that study guide, right? So section 1.1.1, what is geography? What does spatial mean? All of this good stuff. Causality versus correlation. Well, there's a little video at the bottom of this guy that talks about causality and correlation. Perfect. And then I go through and we have section 1.1.2, collecting spatial data. Here's the stuff. What does it mean? Good. Well, that's all going to be found there. So if you think about my work methodology, it might help as you're preparing for this. So I think about the subject and I go, okay, well, what do I want my students to learn here? Well, a lot of that's going to be this kind of stuff here in this big overall outline that I put together. So in this particular topic, I'm going to have these two sections. In these two sections, I want my students to learn this, this, and this. And so I need to find content that is going to be teaching them this, this, and this. And if I can't find it, then I've got to create it. Okay. Then I go through, once I've done all that, then I come over here to the study guide and I go, okay, what did I present to my students? Oh, well, they should be able to know what geography is and what the word spatial means. They should have this idea of what the difference is between human and physical geography. Excellent. Okay, so then I go to the next thing and I put together the quiz. So we're going to have our topic 1, 1.1 and 1.2, and it also is organized that same way. And then we can even jump over here to modules, because at the bottom of all of those topics, there's the quiz. As I'm putting together the quiz, guess what? I'm looking at that study guide. So if you go through the topics and you get the quizzes all figured out and you get your study guide filled out, then you have all the answers that you need for this quiz. Right? The quiz is kind of organized based on these topics as well. So finding the sections either in your study guide or even if you need to come back to these particular topics, that should be easy enough. Okay. As we move forward, we're going to have some other assignments as well. Okay. We have one quiz posted so far, but we will have quizzes, we will have discussion posts, and then we'll have some of those written assignments. I hope that this has helped you understand a little bit more of what we will do. Now, one thing I want to do before we leave is turn this guy back off and then take a look at modules, right? So again, currently this week I'm working on module 2 and getting all the material put together for this. And there's a lot of blanks and empty spots in there that I'm kind of working through, but I did want to show you module 1, module 2, they'll all be kind of outlined the same. I'll be putting a quiz at the bottom of this guy. In module 3, that's going to be that following week. And so there will be the link to the discussion post there as well. Okay. So you'll have access to all of your assignments and everything that you might need here. I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, be sure to let me know. Thanks. Bye.